Hey guys, glad you stopped by. So today, busy day. Got bread baking, getting ready to make a cheesecake, and I still have to think about dinner. And I thought to myself, you know, we haven't made a Crockpot dish in a while. And Chris had sent me this thing off of Facebook for a Crockpot dish that looked really good and really easy. It's just the original recipe only has a handful of ingredients, but I'm gonna add a few more things to it. Why? Because we can. And it's gonna take us all of 5 minutes to put together. It is a cheesy potato and meatball in the slow cooker. Everything in this dish is pretty much pre-made. And it was funny because when I was reading the comments on the original video, you know, there were people like, well, you couldn't do anything home cooked, you know, from scratch. And you could. You could do all of this from scratch if you have the time. But the point behind this is it's quick, it's fast, it's easy, and it's also something that, like, let's say you've got young ones that you're trying to introduce into the kitchen, you know, or somebody who is at that beginner stage of cooking in their age. This would be a good one for them to do and try if they're so inclined. But anyhow, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. If this is your first video, I hope you get something out of this one. Maybe check out some of the other ones. We're rapidly approaching 500 videos, which is crazy. That's like 2 a week, pretty much every week solid for 5 years and change. I'll take it. But if you're returning or one of our new subscribers, we are gaining a little momentum in the neighborhood again. That's awesome. Community's important, right? Welcome back and thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Comments always welcome. I respond to all of them. Absolutely all of them. And all I ask is you be nice when you comment. You can disagree, just be nice, be polite. Think before you type. I actually had to kick somebody off the channel, out of the neighborhood, gone. Just this last week, you know, because it's okay, like I said, to express your opinion, just do it in a nice fashion, right? So anyhow, that's a rarity though. Most of the time we all get along, and I think it's amazing. I love the fact we all get along. So that being said, why don't we hop on down here to the counter and we'll get started by throwing all this stuff into the crock pot. Hold on for me just 1 second. Okay, we are down here at the counter, and yeah, quick and easy meals are really the way to go. Sometimes, like right now, it's kind of a busy time for me. We're doing a lot of canning and processing. We got the garden going on, which we're actually at the tail end of the garden, which is a little early, and most of that's just because of the way the weather's been. It's been hot outside. Things are going crazy out there, but I have gotten so many tomatoes have just been ridiculous this year. I've already been able to do rotel and spaghetti sauce and some tomato sauce, and I still have a bunch over here to do some salsa with, maybe some more rotel, and I've got a ton out in the garden still that I'll do more sauce with. They are going gangbusters. My peppers are doing okay. They're struggling a little. The heat, believe it or not, I think the constant heat like it has been and the humidity is really doing a number on them, but they're still producing, and that's all that matters. But anyhow, like I said, quick, easy meal. All I'm gonna do is dump this in the crock pot and then get on about my day and come back to it. So first thing we need to put in the crock pot is some hash browns. I've got one 26-ounce bag, one pound bag. I think it's 1 pound. 1 pound, 10 ounces. I'm sorry, 16 ounces to a pound. Hash browns, and they're the shredded hash browns. Use your favorite hash browns, and like I said, if you have potatoes and you got a moment, you can shred your own, not a big deal. The next thing we're going to add to this is 32 ounces, 2 pounds of meatballs. Once again, you can make your own meatballs if you have the time to make them. That's awesome. But if you don't, store-bought. Like right now, everything I bought today is store-bought, which is not mostly likely, but I get it. But it's like a small 32-ounce, 2-pound bag of just, I'm using home-style meatballs. Use what meatball you like. Yeah. And then here's where it varies a little. These weren't in the original recipe, but I've got one medium green pepper, a half a medium onion, and one jalapeno in here that I've got finely chopped. And I had them sitting in the fridge, and why not? You know, it sounded like it would be a good addition to this. You know, those three vegetables, in my opinion, go good with everything. The next thing I'm going to add is 1 bag of broccoli. Once again, add it in the freezer. Need to use it up. It's getting near the end of its I'm in the freezer too long stage of life. So I go ahead and put that in there. Next thing I'm going to add to that is 1 can of cheddar cheese soup. It's a 10.5 ounce can. We go ahead and get that in there. Okay, got that in there. Last 2 things we need to add. I have got 1 packet of ranch salad mix, the dip mix. Then I'm going to use, ranch dip and dressing mix that I want to put in here as soon as I get the gosh darn thing cut open, right? Ooh. Yeah, and if there's anything you guys would like to see me make, you can either leave me a comment down below on any of my videos, I'll get them, or find me on Facebook. Mr. Smith's Kitchen. I got a Facebook group, and I also have just my regular Facebook, Brian Smith. So, and then the last thing we're going to add after that ranch is we're going to add 2 to 3 cups of Colby Jack cheese, or whatever cheese is your favorite. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I mean, let's say you don't like the ranch dressing. One person said, have you never heard of spices like, even salt and pepper in this? Well, you're adding a packet to 2 packets of ranch dressing mix to this. You don't really need to add any more spices. That is the spice and flavoring. And I really wanted to comment on this lady's video, but I did not. I try to stay out of, taking sides on pretty much anything. But we're gonna go ahead and get this, just give it a nice little mix. Doesn't have to be perfect by any means. It's just be in the slow cooker, and we're gonna, cook it that way. So that, my friends, is all we need to do to get this together, right? So we gotta put our lid on, and then it's how much time do you need? So if we're gonna cook this on low, which is what I'm gonna do, because Chris will be home about that time, I'm gonna put it on low, and I'm gonna cook it for 4 to 5 hours. If, let's say, I forgot something. Always forgetting something. Well, I should say not completely forgetting, but temporarily not remembering. Maybe 1 quart, or not 1 quart, 1 pint, 16 ounces of heavy cream, whipping cream. We want to put in there. Almost completely forgot that. We would have had a really thick, slightly dry dish for sure. Need something for that cheddar soup to connect with. So we'll go ahead and get our lid on there now that we have all the actual ingredients in. We're going to put this on low, on temp, low, for 4 hours. It's already there, and we're just going to let it go. You don't have to take the lid off. You don't have to stir it, not until the end. But 4 to 5 hours. We'll let this cook, and when I come back, we will pop the lid off of it, take a look at it, and probably try some. All right, I will see you here in just 1 minute. Okay, so it's been about 4.5 hours. I've been busy, taking care of business around the house. Got a lot of stuff done. The only thing I have left to do, as a matter of fact, today is grind up some tomatoes for sauce. I'm gonna make some more sauce. I have so many tomatoes. It is an unbelievable amount of stuff, but that's all right. Anyhow. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. No need to have it on warm anymore. And now I did, about halfway through cooking, I went ahead and went in and stirred it. You don't have to, I suppose, but I did. I just wanted to make sure we got everything in there and all those flavors balanced. But that was the only time I took this lid off, was just when that happened. And this looks absolutely delicious. Give me 1 second to finish stirring this, and I'll bring you over so you can see it. I don't think you'll be disappointed by any stretch of the imagination. I know it smells amazing. There were like I said, some people that said in her comments, you know, well, don't you believe in spices, things like that, but it's got the ranch dressing in it, so I can't imagine, you know, you would need much more than that. But bring you down here so you can see it. There we are. And like I said, I think that just looks fantastic in and of itself. Yeah, it's just nice and potatoey. Yeah, now, I mean, we could, matter of fact, why don't we real quick, we'll go ahead and give it a taste maybe for salt or pepper. Nope, that is right where it needs to be. All right, let's get you back here real quick. Okay, so all we got left to do is try some. So we'll go ahead and get us a bowl out. Now, yeah, I was thinking about things that you could serve with this if you wanted to serve anything at all, because it is kind of a one meal deal, you know, a one bowl deal. You could use a plate. I know we're gonna just have bread with it in and of itself. Some bread and butter, you know, maybe like a French loaf or an Italian loaf or something like that. But you could, I suppose, I don't know. What would you guys have with this? I was thinking asparagus, even though you've got broccoli in it and onions and so forth. But, you know, plate it up with some asparagus with it and some bread. But there we are, right there. I think that looks delicious. And just by that little bite of the potatoes I had, it tasted quite a, you know, had really good flavor. The original recipe, she said 1 to 2 packs of ranch, and I thought 2 packs would be overkill, but I don't think so. I almost wish I'd have gone with 2 packs, but that's all right. It's still got plenty of flavor. I mean, plenty of flavor. So let's go ahead and give this a try, and we'll see if we did all right. All right. Maybe a little salt all the way around, but I didn't think it was. I'd have to say, for me, this is perfect. Now, Chris will probably add salt to it. I'm not a big fan of salt, so if I don't have to add it, I won't. But that being said, heck yeah, it rocks. I like it. Yep. Give this a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Not at all. That's got lots of good flavor in it. You've got the cheddar, you've got the Colby Jack. You taste them both. You can, you know, the cheddar is from the soup. The meatballs tasted good. And like I said, this is all something that, I mean, you could make from scratch. I don't know anybody that would want to. You know, I mean, that's not true. If I had time, I would have. But for a quick weeknight meal, that's solid. Solid as a rock. Yeah, and like I said, 1 bowl, maybe some bread and butter, and you have got one heck of a dinner. If you do give this a try, let me know. You can leave me a comment down below. Find me on Facebook, either way. And I think you'll be happy. I guarantee it. I guarantee you'll be happy with this. And there was no effort. 5 minutes to put it all together. We literally dumped it all in a crock pot and walked away. You can't beat that. And now all you have to do is stir it up and put it on the table. That's awesome. Tomorrow we are going to do a peach crisp. Down in the comments last week, I think it was last week or the week before, somebody had mentioned making a peach crisp, and I thought, you know, that sounds awesome. We should do that. Why not? It's peach season. We're on the tail end of peach season, and I never did get to go buy peaches, so here's an opportunity for all that. So tomorrow we're going to do a peach crisp, and I think we're going to enjoy it. Something that's also super simple to make, and should put a grin on your face and everybody else's face that eats it. I guarantee it. Much like this crockpot meal, you can probably put the two together and have one heck of a dinner for family and friends, and you'll spend no time in the kitchen. That's always awesome. So till tomorrow for dessert, I love you. I love you very much, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Tell somebody else that you love them and love them very much. They may need to hear it. It's going to put a smile on their face either way. It's probably going to put a smile on your face and tell them to make you feel good on the inside. And if you make them some of this potato and cheese crockpot dinner, especially those meatballs, they're going to know that you care, and it's going to lead to a lot of conversation. You know, if you could probably invite the neighbors. Just saying. Guy walking down the street. Maybe feed the mailman lunch the next day. Leftovers. Who knows? Possibilities endless. So till tomorrow, I love you. I'll see you then. Alright? See you later. Bye-bye.